Today, live from the man cave. Can you live life this way? Yeah, it's Friday, Shep, and you're already hitting us up with some hard questions. Yeah, well, that's what I like to do. All right, first of all, I want to remind you guys, if you are not able to make our live from the man cave broadcasts on Wednesday and Friday because you just got other things going on, that is cool. Doesn't mean you're going to miss it. What it means is you'll have to go back later to, if you're on Facebook or Instagram or even YouTube, that's where you'll find them if you can't be live from the man cave. I wanted to remind you of that. Some people asked me about that, so that's that. The other thing is, I want to go back to Wednesday's live. I don't know if you saw that, and I shared with you, it was really an enlightening thing for me. I shared with you an alarming statistic, which kind of reinforced what we're doing here or attempting to do here at the Intentional Faith Initiative. And that statistic is this, as a reminder: 82%. That's a lot. You don't have to be a mathematician. 82% of all millennials don't think that their faith has any relevance in their day-to-day life. Whew, well, yikes. That kind of blew me away. But it just reinforced what we're trying to do here. We're trying to bring that relevance back for you because we feel like it's that important. So if you're a millennial, you can just kind of, tag along with what we're doing here at Intentional Faith, and maybe it'll help you get back in touch if you've lost touch with your faith. I can tell you, as an old guy who's been down that road, it's really, really important in terms of helping you navigate the landmines of life that are going to happen. They just are. I mean, look at COVID-19. That's not just a landmine. That's, an explosion. Okay. So that's what we're trying to do here. Help you to get back to that relevant stage in terms of your faith. And if you're a parent of a millennial, well, heck, I'm just trying to help you guys with that effort also, because you're probably at the stage of your life where you're hoping your millennials will have some foundation of faith also. So just a reminder of that. All right. Do you guys remember when you were a kid and you had to learn vocabulary words? Brady Old, I know that you remember that. You remember that? I hated that, because what that meant was you'd have to get out the stinking note cards. You know what I'm talking about? 3x5 note cards. Do I have one? No. And you'd have to put the word on the front, definition on the back. Do you remember that? And then you'd have to memorize them, because like every week you'd have a vocab quiz. Well, I hated that, because being a little ADD, it just was torture. But we did it because, well, one, we had to learn how to speak, and we want to get good grades. But later you realize that it's important to know words and to know what they mean. And when we were young, we just took it out of the dictionary and took that for the meaning. Do you remember that? Well, yeah, you do, of course. I hope I'm not bringing back bad memories. But here's what I've learned as I've gotten older. Many of those definitions that we learned when we were suffering through that back in the day, some of them have taken on, well, new meanings. And some of those meanings are a direct contradiction of what we learned when we first learned the word. So, of course, the one example that everybody understands is the word bad, which can also mean good. Like, man, he's a bad guy. Like, he's a good guy. Or is he? But it means good unless it means bad. See where the confusion gets? And I got to tell you, friends, if we can't communicate with each other clearly, we're going to have problems. Oh, we're having problems. Yes, we are. So here's what I've started doing a lot, and not just lately. I've started doing this several years ago when somebody would say something, and I wasn't sure of the intent of what they were trying to say, whether it was a question or a comment that they were looking for a response from me. I would say, what do you mean by that? Well, he's a bad guy. Well, okay, does that mean he's a good guy or he's not a good guy? What do you mean? I think what happens a lot today in this day and age, and one of the reasons we have so many issues communicating, is that we're so consumed with self. I've talked about that. And getting our point across that we're not listening, are we? We're just, we assume that people know what we mean when we say, hey man, he's a bad guy. Well, he may not be a good guy. He may be a real bad. Who knows? But the point is, clarity is really lacking in this day and age. And what you say may be interpreted differently than what you intend. All right, so I'm not trying to get bogged down. I'm trying to point out the importance of understanding what things mean and what the intent behind the meaning is. I think it's very important for all of us to know that. Okay, so what I want to do, I guess my point is, I got on my notes, words matter. They do. And how they're used matters also. Make sure you know what the intent is. So I want to set up next week in our Monday morning moment, which will be coming Monday. I want to set it up by giving you a word. Are you ready? Integrity. Have you ever heard of that word? Let me say it again. Integrity. I want you to consider that word, and then I want you to think in your little mind, well, not in your little mind. See, I've already said something that you could take the wrong way, like I'm not very smart because my mind's little. No. I want you to think, what does that mean? What does integrity mean to you? And I would bet if I asked 10 people what it meant, I get 10 different answers. Now, they might all be somewhat similar, but different because everybody has a different interpretation of what the definition is. Okay, this is what I've learned over the years. All right, integrity. Well, I'm going to tell you, I looked it up because you can do that now. You can do it online. You can look things up. Did you know that? Of course you did. Here's what it said. 2 definitions, they both matter. The first definition of integrity, the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles or moral uprightness. That's one of the meanings. The second meaning, the state of being whole and undivided. Yeah. Now see, here's what I would contend. This is what I would suggest. Today, this day, what's today? The 26th of June in 2020, we do not have integrity in this nation. We are not whole and we are not undivided. We're actually divided, aren't we? So we lack that integrity. And in terms of being honest and having strong moral principles and moral uprightness, I would suggest we're lacking there also, because to have those things, I think, you have to have something else first, and that's a strong foundation of faith. Because if you don't have that, then you're going to go whatever direction the wind takes you. And that could be in a very bad, and this time I mean bad place. All right. So if you accept those definitions of integrity, the ones I just read to you, I have to ask you, do you live your life this way with integrity? Can you live your life this way with integrity based on those definitions? I hope you can. And I want to encourage you to do that. Now, is it going to take work? Yes, because there are plenty who lack integrity that would like you to be like them, not have integrity. That's never going to change. That's just not now. That's forever. In the past and in the future, you have a choice to make. I'm either a person of integrity or I'm not. Now, as you can imagine, the Owner's Manual of Life has a ton on integrity because it does matter. So I'm going to shoot you one right here. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 9 specifically says, whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. I would suggest that when you have a second, go ahead and read all of chapter 10 of Proverbs. All of it. It is illuminating. You like that word? It's just incredible when you consider how long ago it was written. Around 3,000 years ago. If you look at chapter 10 of Proverbs, you're going to go, good Lord, this is today. This guides me today. So check that out. Integrity. Now we're going to talk more about this Monday morning moment on Monday, and we're going to dive in next week because I believe it is that important. We are lacking integrity because maybe we just don't understand what it is anymore. I don't know, but I want to help with that. And I'm going to give you I'm going to blow your doors away on Monday. You're just not going to believe it. You'll see why. All right, what else do I have here? Now, I got something I picked up on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of those platforms that I'm on and I follow. And today, it's amazing how things pop up when you least expect it. Today, I saw this from a guy. I don't even know who he is. The name he used is, I don't know who he is. But here's what he said. Today, this week, this weekend, this month, this year, forever, let go of hate, resentment, and disdain, and embrace grace, compassion, empathy, and love. Wow. Man, that's just stuff you need to hear. So I wrote it down. I'm going to share it with you guys. Do those things. See, it's right there. Do those things today, tomorrow, and every day. And as always, be the reason somebody has a good day. All right, it's time for birthdays. Yesterday's birthday, my friend and fellow member of Galilee Church, Jerry Kent, retired Army, great guy. Today, my brother Tony Edwards, who was also my rat year roommate, one of the greatest guys ever. Hey, Tony, welcome to the 60s, bro. You're going to be okay. Yeah, all right. Today's birthday, today is also Brian Murden's birthday. He is a Virginia Beach legend, goes back a long way. He's officially retired now, so he's living a good life too. So happy birthday to Brian. One of my former students, who's now a mom, hard to believe, Madeline Siviter Fox. Gosh, I miss you guys and the good times we had just chatting about life and everything. And I hope that if you see this, you'll see it as, a throwback to the times we used to sit around and chat about life and things. So happy birthday to all of you. I wish for the Lord's blessing on all of you. And if you can, have a good rest of the year. All right? Because that's what we're all striving for, aren't we? Don't mean to laugh. It's serious. All right, that's it. Come back and see us Monday morning. We're going to talk more about integrity and what it really means. And I'm going to throw some things at you that maybe you never considered, that you could consider and could help you moving forward. So be sure and come see us Monday. It's on the website, shepjordan.com. All right, friends and neighbors, have a great week. As always, may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times and in every way. The Lord be with all of you. Now, I want you to go forth and do good things. Stay strong. Keep the faith. We'll see you back here on Monday. Bye now.